Welcome to Brothers Talking Sports. We're here for Week 2 NFL review with Oscar. And we're also here with Ezra today. Welcome, Ezra. How we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
That's good. You won't be able to see Ezra. Don't know if we're going to be able to get the camera up in time for Ezra, but we'll see what happens in the weeks. But let's run down the couple games we have on the schedule so far. The two games are the Bills and the other game. The Bills win 38-10 over the Raiders here, and then the Cowboys also win 30-10 over the Jets. In just a quick little review there before we even get into anything else. All right, now let's going to pull up the very first game with us. Eagles-Vikings. Let's get your thoughts on the first one right here.
Philly looks pretty good. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. Fuck the Eagles, but the Vikings somehow. Justin Jefferson, who's on pace for 2,500 yards, and they can't win a game. Kirk Cousins throws for 350 plus and 4 TDs, and they still can't hold it together. The defense looked disgusting.
Really? The defense. The defense has done a lot of problems. The Eagles were able to run the ball over 48 times in this game.
DeAndre Swift absolutely carved them.
Yeah, not even him. The offensive line was able to move a lot of guys left, right, and center. And, it's crazy for that. The Eagles were able to just able to get into run mode and just run the ball every single freaking play in the second half. And even in the first half, too, but mostly in the second half, they just took over the game by running the ball, and that's about it. All right, so that's game number one, Vikings-Eagles on Thursday night, which was a very good game. But Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, they just can't turn the ball over. That's as simple as that.
They got to figure it out.
They're gonna, but they're in a deep hole at 0-2, so that's never a good start for the Minnesota Vikings. The Falcons defeat the Packers in a shocking victory here, 25-24, Atlanta. Desmond Ridder still doesn't look like a fucking NFL quarterback.
No,
not at all. But when you rush the ball 45 times for the Falcons, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, Arthur Smith, his balls were dragging on the field after that game. Bro did not get.
Yeah,
Robinson is him. When the Packers put up a goose egg in the fourth quarter, they should lose that game.
Yeah, the Packers, they didn't drop back enough. Even though they didn't run as many plays as Atlanta did, Atlanta ran 77 plays to the Packers 46 plays. So I think that the Packers just time of possession in this game, and the Falcons were able to hold on to the ball and just run the clock, man, and play the time possession game. Jesus Christ. Anything else there, Rez?
Are the Falcons the favorite to win their division?
No, because I think the Saints are still probably the best team in the division, but the Falcons are definitely up there, though. They have a great run game and a good defense, so we'll see what else.
They look okay.
Yeah, they don't look half bad, so which is a good sight for the Falcons. I haven't seen it in a couple years. Ravens, Bengals. Man, when is Joe Burrow going to get it going? We talk about, he just came off the injury, and didn't play all preseason, didn't practice very much. But Joe Burrow, I think should be able to get it going in game number 3 in the rest of the second half of the season, or rest of the season.
They play the Rams next week. He needs to really bounce back to put them back on course.
No, he definitely needs to bounce back. Especially in the first half, he couldn't get anything going, but he did bounce back in the second half, which was very good to see from Joe Burrow. He was able to make more improvements in the second half, but the first half was a big struggle.
And to lose that game at home against a big rival like the Ravens is not. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Divisional games are always tough, but the Ravens were able to run the ball and pass it, which is great for the Ravens. The Ravens look good in this game. And that's exactly what you want to see against the Bengals. The Bengals are a Super Bowl caliber team. This is exactly what you want to see from the Ravens. 2-0. This is the best case scenario so far for the Ravens.
Good sign for the Bengals. Not many, but T. Higgins had a hell of a day.
He did. He had a huge day, which is great to see for the Bengals. The Bengals need him and Chase to step up almost every game because their defense is lackluster.
Yeah, not great.
All right, next game we have the Seahawks and the Lions. This one was a nail-biter. Came down to OT as the Seahawks win 37-31 over the Lions.
I tried. I bet on the Lions to win this game.
Yeah, we both did. We both bet on the Lions to win this game, but I didn't. Only you did.
Actually, I was a little surprised. The Lions losing at home. I didn't think it happened.
Yeah, I in my prediction video, I thought they were going to win, but this Lions team, though, is still very good. I don't know if they're gonna. They should make the playoffs, and should be one of the top teams in the NFC North, but I don't think they'll go very far. I think this is a first round exit, but this was a good game for them. Just for them to be able to still compete though with the Seahawks and be in this game. I mean, these two games, when these two teams match up, they always have high scoring games. So this was just another one of them for the Lions and the Seahawks. But Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf were able to get back on track in this game after getting blown out by the Rams, which is very good to see. And good thing we haven't seen regression from Geno. We had questions about him last year. And how well he played, but he was able to bounce back in this game, which is very good to see from the Seahawks and the Lions.
David Montgomery put a decent line together.
Yeah, you would think that Jahmyr Gibbs, the Bama running back would get a lot of the workload, but I was surprised that Montgomery has gotten this much workload in the first 2 weeks, but unfortunately he goes down with I think a hamstring injury, so that he's not going to get as much of the workload, but, we'll see what happens. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Los Angeles Chargers as they win 27-24. This was a game that Ryan Tannehill needed. He needed to bounce back. The Tennessee Titans struggled last week through 3 picks, and they looked terrible. I thought that Ryan Tannehill needed to be benched, but he proved me wrong in this game, being able to go 20 for 24, only missing 4 passes for over 246 yards, which is very good for Ryan Tannehill.
And then on the flip side, Herbert didn't have a bad game. It's just they couldn't keep up, and they couldn't stick with Titans defensively. You're letting Derrick Henry touch the ball 25 times, and he was kept for under 100 yards, but still.
Yeah, there's something about this Chargers team. They were able to rush for 150 yards last week. This week, 39. I mean, this week, Joshua Kelly had 39 rushing yards. I mean, this is going to speak big volumes to the Tennessee Titans' run defense. They're one of the best in the league this year. They're going to hold teams to essentially under 50, 60 rushing yards a game. That's a recipe for success in the NFL.
And, I mean, agree to disagree, but does it show that you need some kind of a running game to win football games?
Yes. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings are 0-2, and they rush the ball once a drive. You need to establish some type of running game. Whether it's working or not, you still need to establish the run. I mean, physicality up front needs to be... You don't get the same physicality in the run game as you do in the pass game. Pass game, it's a lot of just pushing off guys. Run game, you really got to pull traps, X, Y, and Z, so you really got to get in there and attack different type of guys. So it's very different. So you definitely need the physicality of the run. Bears, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield gets his second win on the year to go start off 2-0, which is great for him. But more importantly, I want to talk about Justin Fields. This guy, I said he has sucked. He's been terrible.
Oh, no.
He's terrible, man. I mean, there's no improvement from year 1, 2, and 3. I just haven't seen anything.
I hate to say it. I really thought the kid would be good. He is not. Good Lord.
I mean, there's a lot of you're one of them. I was not one of them. I was not high on this kid at all. I knew Justin Fields was not going to be a good NFL quarterback. He hasn't looked like it. He hasn't done anything. Baker on the other side threw for 317 yards on 34 attempts.
Down, but I mean, when you're playing the Bears and the Bears played that bad, you don't need to score that much. You threw to Mike Evans for 171. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Mike Evans had a game in this one, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, which is great for Mike Evans. Rachaad White was able to run the ball. This Bears defense has not gotten any better. This Bears team hasn't gotten better in general. And yeah, I mean, it's just the Bears are bad, man. They're a bad football team, and they continue to be bad.
Yeah, they're definitely losing the division.
Oh yeah, 100%. Chiefs, Jags. Chiefs keep on rolling. The Chiefs, this one was ugly for them. It did not look good at all. But you know what? They were able to stick it through. And this defense, it's elite. I mean, 9 points to the Jags, elite. Elite level stuff here.
They didn't look anything special, but it doesn't matter. They won the football game and aren't 0-2.
Exactly. You don't want to start off the season 0-2. Both of these teams, Jags were looking to go 2-0. Chiefs were hoping to not go 0-2, and that's what they did in this game. But this is just a classic Patrick Mahomes game, hitting a bunch of different guys. Tony bounced back in this game, 5 catches, 35 yards, which is great to see from Tony. Christian Kirk had a big day. Calvin Ridley not so much. So I think you're just going to see.
They flipped roles.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that each week. It's going to be a different guy. It could be Zay Jones next week. It's going to be that Jaguars team is going to be a different guy each week. Don't want to harp on this game too much, but the Colts beat the Texans, and this game was not close. No. The score says 31-20, but it was not that close. I mean, Gardner Minshew came in, lit it up. Anthony Richardson, when he was in the game, he lit it up. Unfortunately, he went out with a concussion, which is terrible to see. You don't want to see that with Ant. Hope he's okay. But, yeah, this game was not close at all. Anything else as you got on that game?
Improvement for C.J. Stroud, and hear me out. He threw for 384, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he found Nico Collins for almost 150 yards.
Yeah.
The Texans are not good.
No, the Texans are not a good football team.
Better. This isn't the Houston that we saw multiple years ago getting the doors blown off of them.
No, this is definitely a better Houston team, but at half it was 28-10. I mean, this game was not close at all. It was 31-10 at halftime. At the end of the third quarter. So this Texans team still got a lot to figure out, and this Colts team is not the best, but Houston still got a lot to figure out here. Rams Niners. This one was a lot closer than I think a lot of people would have expected. I think a lot of people expected the 49ers to come in, blow the doors off the Rams, and that's it. But that didn't happen. The Rams came in. They played well. Unfortunately, the Niners just are that talented, man.
Yeah, the Niners, they played, I mean, good game. Very good game by both teams. Surprisingly close.
Yeah. I mean, this Rams team.
Turnover problem for LA. You can't turn the ball over that much.
Yeah, but when you throw the ball 55 times, you're gonna throw at least one pick. You're 100% gonna at least throw one pick. But throwing 2, you can't have that, and that's tough for Stafford and the Rams. But they're able to bounce back. I mean, this is a historical, very good 49ers defense. So the Rams are gonna figure it out, and they're gonna stick around in this year. Daniel Jones. Ooh, what's up?
Can we talk about the greatest white receiver on that Rams roster? And his name is not Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, no. Puka is a man though. Puka's a dude. I mean, 20 targets in the game. I mean, I think they found their replacement for Cooper Kupp if he doesn't come back for a while. So that's okay.
And the interesting part is the offensive scheme and how they're going to run things when Cooper Kupp is healthy, if he is healthy. How that's going to work is Cooper Kupp your number 2 guy? I mean, it's crazy to say that Cooper Kupp isn't your number 1,
no,
but
Cooper Kupp's going to be your number 1 when he comes back, 100%.
Okay,
no doubt, 100% when he comes back, he's going to be your number 1. All right, but let's get into the Giants. They played Arizona this week, down 20-0 at half, and the Giants were able to come back. Big game from Daniel Jones, able to step up and be that guy in the second half, which was great to see from Daniel Jones. And he did plenty of great things in this game.
Yeah, I think we were both a little scared at halftime. That did not look good at all.
Yeah, as two Giants fans, it was rough to watch in the first half. I mean, I was watching a team that had won the playoff game last year to a team that can't beat the worst team in the league in Arizona Cardinals. And the Giants were able to do that in the second half, outscoring them 31-8. And that's just a great job for the Giants. You had to win that game to keep your season alive. You start 0-2, your season's done. Any team that really starts 0-2, your season's most likely
I
done.
would
So
say the season's over, but for the Giants, in their sake, with Dallas, with the Eagles, and even Washington in their division, because Washington's played well, 0-2 would not be good.
yeah, no,
Period.
not good at all. The Commanders squeak out a win over the Broncos. But this Broncos team, man, how do you let up 35 points to the goddamn Commanders? I mean, listen up here, Broncos. You have to fucking figure this shit out, man. Sean Payton, you come in, thought we were going to change the culture. You start off 0-2. You lose to Vegas and you lose to the Commanders. This is a disaster right now if you're the
It's
Denver
not
Broncos.
good. It's really not good.
This is not where you want to be, and you're paying Russell all this money, and right now you're in a spot where you're no better than you were last year.
Okay, overall, Russell Wilson looks better.
Oh, of course he looks better. He's going to look
He's not
better with Sean
half of
Payton.
Russell Wilson that was in Seattle, but he looks better.
No, he definitely improved, but then the defense lets up 35 points to the Commanders. I mean, it's just it's like jack of all trades. I mean, you cannot do that if you're the Broncos. You cannot let up 35 points to the Commanders and expect to win a football game.
It's tough. I mean, even ever since Peyton Manning's been a Bronco, the Broncos defense has always been good. It's like New England, and they aren't playing like it. They're just bad.
No, through two games they've not played like it at all. It's not good to see. New England loses a tight one to the Dolphins. This Patriots team likes to fucking throw the ball, man. I mean, even in their first couple of drives, man, they come out throwing, and this is a Bill O'Brien's offense that Mac Jones wants to be able to throw the ball a lot. Even though he threw 42 attempts for 231 yards, which doesn't look good for Mac at all, but Mac's going to find it out, and this New England team is going to be very good this year.
It's tough starting 0-2, especially in the division they're in. Now, with no Aaron Rodgers, the Jets are losing the division. I'm sorry. But it'll be interesting on how good the Patriots do down the stretch. But Miami's offensive line played extremely well.
Miami's offense in general is just insane. I've never. This is going to be one of historic years for Tua and Tyreek Hill. I mean, they were literally running three safeties. They were running a prevent defense essentially to stop Tyreek Hill, and you still couldn't even stop Tyreek Hill. He still had a great game, and so did Jalen Waddle as well. I mean, they're too freaking good, man. I haven't seen anything like it. You won't see anything like it ever again. Two guys that are just that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The Saints beat the Falcons. What's up?
I don't know how anyone will stop them, but we'll see.
We'll see who can stop them. The Saints beat the Panthers 20-17 here. Derek Carr had a great game.
Yep.
You know, people want to shit on Derek Carr for him not doing enough. Like, dude,
he doesn't really need to.
He has no run game, man. His run game's Taysom Hill. But when he's back there, he has no run game. I mean, that he has no run game. That team cannot run the ball at all. So him going out there have to throw the ball 36 times. I don't think the Saints want to do. They either rely on their defense, have Derek Carr throw it to more to close to 30, 20, 25. But Derek Carr was still able to go out there, throw the ball 36 times, and still able to get the win. That's great for the Saints.
Now, when Alvin Kamara comes back, is this a top, 12 team in the NFL?
Definitely. I think this team has Michael Thomas and Chris Olave are one of the best two wide receiver duos in the league. Definitely top 10. You add Alvin Kamara with Jamal Williams. I mean, this is a very good offense for the Saints, and their defense is already very good. So on the fringe of top 5. So very good. Panthers and Bryce Young, what do you got?
They got a long road back to the playoffs.
Yeah, they have a long road ahead of them to just be relevant. Bryce Young has to make a lot of improvements, and this offense has to make a lot of improvements. These wide receivers get no separation out here at all. So they got to figure something out. They got to find ways to scheme guys open, and Bryce Young's got to be able to find guys in really tight windows, and that's tough to ask for a rookie quarterback or any quarterback in general.
Yeah, I think he'll take a year or two, at least.
Yeah, but he's gonna be okay though.
Yeah.
Let's get into the last.
C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I think they'll all be okay for right now. For right now, from what I've seen, they'll all be okay. The Steelers beat the Browns 26-22 in a very close game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh offense played like dog shit. Browns offense played like dog shit. They both played like dog shit. But these two defenses are top 10, very very close to top 10, if not top 10. And T.J. Watt is just that dude. He is literally that dude. And the Browns defense played well for most of the game.
They actually didn't play that bad, yeah.
No, they played very well for most of the game. They just didn't get after the quarterback enough, which is okay. But like their secondary is elite, man. They got some dudes out there.
Yes and no. How are you gonna let George Pickens go for 127?
Yeah, but
now he broke one. Okay, fine.
He broke one catch, and I don't think that Pickens is gonna. I mean, I love George Pickens. I'm a huge George Pickens fan, but you just had one big catch for 71 yards. I mean, that's if he doesn't have that catch, it's not that big. So if he gets tackled, it's closer to what?
If he drops that ball and doesn't make that reception at all, he's then 3 catches for about 40 yards.
Yeah. So
maybe.
So
50.
Yeah, exactly. So the Browns that definitely inflates it, but the Browns look good in this game, and unfortunately Nick Chubb goes down with a horrible injury. Never want to see that in football. Hope you get better, Nick Chubb, but you just gotta rely on the back of Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played very well so far in the NFL.
Deshaun Watson has not looked good ever since he left Houston that year they went to the playoffs.
Yeah, no, he hasn't not looked any better ever since the incident. But he still has a lot of football to play this season, and we'll see how he comes. But right now Deshaun Watson has to step it up.
And I think, although Nick Chubb is done for the year, your running back game, your run game, isn't gone in Cleveland. Jerome Ford played very well for coming when he did.
For a little bit, he played well. I mean, he had a couple runs that were nice, but
yeah, of course you're not gonna be able to replace Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you have that guy, but it's not over. Your season's not ended.
I mean,
it's not gonna be easy to win a game. Don't get me wrong.
Now you're really gonna have to rely on Deshaun Watson to win games, and I don't know how much you could do.
He's gonna have to play a lot better. His turnovers are gonna have to be 0 to 1 per game.
Yeah. No, essentially, he can't turn the ball over, and you got to rely on the back half of this defense. So, Ez, you got anything else on these NFL games today or last week?
Let's see. Who do you think is the best 0-2 team right now?
It's either the Bengals, probably the Bengals, just because of Joe Burrow, and they still have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and they still got all their guys, and they started off 0-2 last year, finished 14 and finished 12-4, so I think they'll be okay.
Okay.
All right, I think
you have the Chargers as the second best 0-2.
No, I would put Minnesota. I think Minnesota's in a really good spot. They almost beat the Eagles They didn't almost beat the Eagles, but they were in a good matchup with the Eagles. Turned the ball over 4 times. You clean a little bit of that up. I think Minnesota will be fine, and they learned how to run the ball a little bit more. They'll be okay.
All right, I like it.
All right,
that's all I got. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Love to have you on. I think that's it for today, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.